Hey, what's up YouTube? This is the Obtuse Angle, and this is Mr. Phony again. I'm taking a look today at the Marvel Icons 12-inch Spider-Man figure. Alright, stay tuned. Hey, I do some quick light adjustments. It's a little big for my camera, but here it is, the Marvel Icons, and this thing is it's okay, you know. It's not quite like I expected it to be, like a 12-inch version of McFarlane, but unfortunately some of the points couldn't be translated from the McFarlane to this. It's actually pretty close to McFarlane in terms of the look and sculpt, but some things are definitely a lot different. If you guys know the McFarlane Spider-Man, you know what I mean. Let's get right to the review since I'm here. Okay, first look at the head. Actually, the head has it's actually sculpted web lines. You know, chest sculpted web lines. Everything is sculpted. You know, the feet sculpted web lines. I like the sculpted web lines. Some people prefer the look of like the anime series look, where it's kind of like the web lines are painted on. But I like the sculpt. You know, I prefer the sculpt. It's the reason I prefer the sculpt. If you ever want to do any customization, and the web lines have a fade, you can always put a wash and have the wash drip into the web line, so that's why I like it a lot. But yeah, the eyes are McFarlane style. You know, I've seen different people draw different things McFarlane style. Even the what people call the superposable Spider-Man, the McFarlane Spider-Man, the eyes aren't really McFarlane. It's more easily associated with McFarlane, the look. I think even in interviews, Toy Biz, who made that figure, basically said it wasn't really McFarlane. People speculate that J. Campbell Scott, but even J. Campbell Scott drew the Spider-Man a little different. It may have been some type of mix between the Campbell Scott and the McFarlane, you know, Todd McFarlane. You know, back in the 90s, it was Todd McFarlane, the best artist. Him and Jim Lee, man, wow, those are some of the best artists ever seen, especially iconic looks. You know, those 90s X-Men and Spider-Man were fantastic. Anyway, on to this review. Now, it's a pretty big figure, so you have to bear with me here. You know, try to fit this on screen, you know. Unfortunately, I have to drop Spider-Man to his knees, something he doesn't like doing. But anyway, the head can look up that much. It can be helped if you mess with the joint so it looks up a little farther. Looks down all the way. Look at that. It looks incredible. Incredible. So far, he looks up from the side. The profile view there. Yes, it's a profile. And now this is the armpit joint. I love armpit joints. And it gives that extra character to like fold his arms, which this guy can't do. Unfortunately, the armpit joint's pretty useless. That's about all you get from the armpit joint, both sides. That's about it. You know. Now try heating it up. It's not going to help. It does have an upper arm rotation, and the arm does go out, and it does go around. Now, the thing about these icon figures, you gotta worry about, the joints are very stiff on these things, you know, so it's a bit difficult to get them to pose. You have to heat them up, like I tell a lot of figures, you gotta heat them up. Now, I want to show up the ab joint if I continue. I just want to show how far ab joint goes. It goes that far. And the reason I like the ab joint, it adds so much to poses, you know, different looks, different, different positions, you know. So basically, it goes like that, and it takes 2 clicks up. That's a pretty good, you know, that's pretty solid. The arms right there to the side. Now it's double jointed, but again, these things you gotta be careful with. There you go. That's both joints. See the double joints? So it goes up pretty far, right? And the hands has individual fingers. They're sculpted like that, right? So you can do the web shooting pose, but this web shooting pose doesn't look as good as it should, you know, because the hands are kind of like, so the fingers are kind of like raised up a little bit. So, you know, it's not ideal for the web shooting hand. Now, the wrist has a hinge, but it swivels. Actually, has the lower arm, it swivels, as you can see. The hinge just goes up and down, but it swivels up there. So all the poses you have to do it up here for the for the swivel and the hinge down here, so keep that in mind. I show you the ab crunch, which I think is more than decent. Now it does have a waist swivel. In the McFarlane, right, the waist, it was kind of like a V cut, you know. This is like the waist cuts all the way up here instead of being down here, and it's just a straight cut, you know, straight, not a V cut. So that doesn't feel as natural as the V cut, unfortunately, but still, at least it's there. Now the real problem, not the problem, but the challenge is the hips. You know, to get it to work, it's like you have to twist, but you have to twist it like up here, you know, then you move it to the position that you want to twist back. That's just the way it works, unfortunately, you know. Again, the design isn't the best design. What can I tell you? And it is double jointed at the knees. It goes back pretty far. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, the problem also is there's no ankle pivots. I mean, it's there slightly. It's more on one side than the other side. See, this pivots really well. This, not as much. You know, so that's kind of a bummer there. Most likely, you just have to loosen it up, I think. You know, but at least it's there. And it does have like a boot cut, which is great. I like when the boot cut. I like boot cuts, especially when it makes sense, you know. If you have a boot, give it a boot cut, you know. It's the way it works. Helps the posability. But unfortunately, due to the legs and the sculpting of legs, if you look at the legs again, sorry, it's like, try to twist that way to get a kick forward. You know, just the way it's cut up here like that, it's hard to get any great dynamic poses, you know. You can't make him do that famous Spider-Man 3-point stance or 4-point stance. You know, unfortunately, that's it. So that's a Spider-Man review. If you want a rating, I would honestly say it's probably a 7 or 8. If you're a Spider-Man fan, leaning towards a 7, sorry, an 8. If you're not much of a Spider-Man fan, it's probably more of a 7. But anyway, that's the Icon Spider-Man. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you like it, just subscribe and share. I was gonna say save. That's Amazon Prime there. Subscribe and save. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the review. Any comments, leave. Any questions, leave. I'll leave some photographs right at the end of this to show you guys the poses it can do. Alright, thank you. Take care.